hardest part you thought of paying off the debt? Was it like some of the emotions, the discipline, like the lifestyle changes? Like, did you find like, did anything really concrete in your lifestyle change, or just cutting back on some of those more like ancillary expenditures?
Yeah. I remember I made a video on it that got like a lot of backlash, but I remember the things I cut out were going out to eat with my friends at the time, canceled my gym membership. I stopped smoking like weed altogether because that in itself was expensive, but also ordering food.
Right.
Like when I was high. No hair, no nails, no lashes. I don't know if I said that already.
Okay.
And then I don't remember the last one, but I cut out so much. I remember I still lived alone. That was a huge priority for me. But basically, and then like no Ubers and stuff. Like it was all TTC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very like.
How long did you do that for?
I'd say like 6 months, maybe 8.
Okay, where you were really like disciplined with it.
And I was like, this is, I'd hang out with friends. It was like only in like doing things
like come over to my place and like
very
low
chill.
cost.
Yeah, like wine night, boom, that's it. Like not like we were never going out. I wasn't going out.
Did you feel like insecure at all? Like I think especially like you're talking about like some like canceling a gym membership, like not getting your hair, like your nails.
Oh my gosh,
like,
I felt like a thumb. Like I felt terrible. I was like,
especially if you're trying to like date and be cute and all those things.
And like also just like for my job, I was like showing up on camera a lot. Like I was a social media manager. I was doing this content thing part-time, but I was like, I will feel so good moving this like that. I kept thinking about that $17,000 in interest number, being like, okay, the more I get this down, like the more that'll go down.
You're saving future Bridgette money.
Exactly.
Future Bridgette,
and she was smart. She was really smart because now she's like, she'll thank me. I thanked myself.
Totally. Yeah.
But it was hard. And it was, I think, it was definitely difficult. I remember cutting all of that stuff out, and the discipline was like insane. Like it wasn't perfect all the time by any means. Like, but it was very much so like an active effort to be like, okay, like I'm not eating out, even though I'm like exhausted and all I want is like food to show up at my doorstep right now. Yeah. And like, I don't want to go out for drinks and etc.
Right. Okay. I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Why did you get backlash from that video? Like people just didn't want to hear.
People are like, that's not a life worth living. Like the world is like, they're like, how, they're like, no weed, like wrap it up. And I'm like, bro, relax. Like people are crazy. I remember that video.
Sometimes it does feel like that where you're like, this is the only thing getting me through the day. But then you have to look at your life and be like, why is this the only thing that's like getting me through the day? Like, why am I living this kind of life?
Yeah. I remember the comments were so insane. Like they were so mean. And one of them was like you're saving all this money, but you don't have time to like fix your eyebrows, like fix your hair. And I was like, oh my God, like you guys are crazy. But it was like, that's when I noticed talking about finances was controversial, which I was totally okay to lean into. Like I wanted that. I wanted the discussion.
Yeah.
Because people don't always agree with like specific lifestyle changes and discipline.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh great, this is what I'll lean into then.
And it's like, well, you're creating content. And as a content creator, that's the most important.
Exactly,
You're giving them something to talk about.
Exactly.
Did you ever get messages from people being like, oh, you've helped me so much? Or like,
oh my gosh,
like positives?
It is the most rewarding part of my life, like my entire life. Like I've had like a really good handful of messages and people being like, I saw your video last year and that inspired me to pay off my debt. I just want to let you know I paid it all off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're insane. I just ran into someone before I came here at the freaking matcha place that was like, here, your meal is on me. Like I'm a student. Like you've inspired me to start paying off my student debt. And I'm like, what the hell? Like you're so nice.
That's great.
It is the best part of the job. Like I love that people feel inspired because like I would have loved for someone to told me that like it is okay to be in debt, it is okay to want to take care of your finances, like good for you. And like I'm so happy that.
And again, it's not celebrated because especially in the space of social media, again, it's like people, which like, we have to do our collabs. We're grateful for all the sponsors.
We are very grateful.
Very grateful. But it's like, it's a space where products can often be like continually pushed on people.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't actually like, lead to the happiness that like anyone's trying to sell. And so I think like you having a voice standing out from that and being like,
absolutely,
hey, you know what, like it's like live your life, but also we need to like kind of create a community, keep each other accountable.
Exactly.
And like that kind of thing. Yeah.
And it's a really challenging fine line to navigate. Like as my job is to literally promote product, but I like don't always love wanting to promote like that type of consumerism. So like it's important to find products that align or like products you feel like have good value.
Are you picky about who you work with?
Very much so. Yeah. Like I think it's so important, and like they just need to be like worth the investment because I think about like, okay, this 15-year-old girl is gonna look at this and want to buy it, and like she's working at frickin' Dairy Queen and she needs to like save every dollar.
Forever 21's
she's working at Forever 21 right now, like dealing with all the clothes stuffed into the
trenches.
So I think that's why it's important to like choose good products, and like that's why hyper consumerism is like so insane. Like the add to cart is so dangerous.
Yeah. Is there, okay, so if we I want to take you through like those plate areas in your life where you cut back spending. And can you give the girlies just a quick tip on how you're able to do that? So you said you stopped ordering Uber Eats. What would you do instead if you got home, you were exhausted, and you wanted like a meal for yourself?
I would meal prep.
Okay.
I would meal prep for the week, especially because I was working a 9 to 5 that involved like a 2-hour commute back home. I would just like have my little containers of food that I had prepped on Sunday so I could throw it in the microwave and then like eat it.
Okay.
And it was like, it's fun if you make it fun. Like you don't have to eat like chicken and rice and broccoli. Like you can make cool things.
Yeah.
So that was that. And it was worth it. I saved so much money not ordering Uber Eats. That was a crazy one. Cause that's like $30 to $40 a meal.
For sure. Yeah.
Like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
At least for me. So
and then it's like, too much. I know. I've also gotten the habit of sometimes just having things I know, like I know it's like more expensive to buy pre-made stuff at the grocery store, but still less expensive than if I was paying Uber Eats. And so if I just like grab some chicken dumplings from the freezer or whatever,
good. Oh yeah.
like still better than if I was to order Uber Eats.
I do that now because like same thing, like I'm so tired, I'm like working, but I'll like have these like frozen chicken nuggets from Costco like in the freezer so I can throw those in the little air fryer for 10 minutes and I'm like, that is dinner.
That's dinner.
That is the meal.
Yeah. Again, like we're not claiming health.
Yes,
we're claiming getting you out of take care of yourself, obviously. But
exactly.
And then then if your other category you mentioned was like like using more public transit and not taking Ubers.
Yeah.
You had to have, I'm assuming, more distance because I myself will be like, I aspire to take the TTC all the time, and then I'm like late getting ready, and then I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to be late to this whatever I'm going to. Yeah.
I hated this one. I remember because I had a 9 to 5 that required me to be at Union Station by like 7:30 in the morning. So I'd always Uber and be like, okay, this is a $12 Uber. It gets me there in 10 minutes instead of like 40 minutes of TTC. But once I added it all up, I'm like, oh my God, like this is the savings of like $100 a week if I decide to be disciplined.
Just to get up half an hour early or whatever. Yeah.
And so for that was it. And I like, you have to delete the apps. Like that was really it for me. Like I deleted all the apps that I was spending way too much money on. And that was the discipline because it would just be more effort to go in and re-download the app when I wanted it. It's like, take that 2-second buffer to be like, okay, I'm going to go microwave something, or I'm going to air fry something, or I'm going to like see when the next streetcar comes.
Right. Yeah. Just giving yourself a little pause.
Exactly.
To be like, you don't need
just
it, like,
calm
right
down.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what about the beauty stuff? Like you said, like hair, nails, and lashes, where you just like, I'm just going to embrace more natural beauty. Did you kind of like do some of it on your own? Yeah.
Like definitely I started doing lashes on my own, just like, because before I was paying for like the extensions that were like, you know, like $100 every couple of weeks. And then the nails are like $100 and like haircuts and hair color. So I went like completely natural hair, just like grow out like black, no nails or press-ons for like $10 a pack.
Yeah.
Or like little like false lashes, like clusters that you can put on. And yes, then that was all way cheaper than spending hundreds of dollars.
Right. Yeah.
And I still felt cute. But most of the time I just like didn't do any of that and like felt like a thumb, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, again, society's telling us that we need to like have like, you know, nobody needs to have their nails done 24/7. Cause again, like if you think of like, you know, like the salon that I'll go to get my nails done sometimes for a special occasion, by the time you pay tax and tip, and I want to tip them well because they do a fantastic job. And I know they're not being like paid often like very well.
Exactly.
But that's like, that can be like $80.
Yeah.
And now you're spending that like what, twice a month?
It's
to
crazy.
Get them done. Like just for your nails.
Like, yeah, right. And like I love a nail thing more than the next person, but I'm like, this is not worth it. Like I can't justify spending, 4 hours of a minimum wage job to do that.
Right.
Like that's just not
when you break
fair.
it down that way, not only in terms of your money, but in terms of your time.
Yes.
Very impactful.
Exactly.
Very impactful. Did you have to change your relationship with failure at all, or with like, I know we were talking about appearance a little bit.
Yeah. I think I definitely just felt a little more in my shell. And I was like, no one understands why I'm doing this or whatever. Like a lot of my friends were like, come out, like do this. Or I think my partner at the time was like, I don't know, he was pretty supportive, but I just remember feeling a little smaller, like very in my shell. But I was like, this is gonna pay off. Like I'm gonna feel this huge weight lifted off my shoulders once I pay off this debt. And I did.